This is the brand new LG C6 OLED TV, and after testing it and using it on a daily basis for the past month, I can confidently say that this is one of the best mid-range OLED TVs you can buy right now. I also did a whole review on this TV, so if you want to check it out, be sure to watch it on our channel. It delivers a noticeably brighter picture, more accurate colors, and thanks to LG's new flagship Alpha 11 Gen 3 processor, it punches well above its price point. But here's the thing, straight out of the box, you're actually leaving picture quality on the table. With just a handful of some tweaks with settings, nothing complicated, you can make movies look more cinematic, improve shadow detail, smooth out motion, and even make the built-in speakers sound noticeably better. So in today's video, I'll show you the exact settings that I've been using after testing the LG G6 so that you can get the absolute best experience from your TV and pretty much everything that I'll go over. And a lot of these settings will also work on other C-series TVs as well. Let's jump in. First, let's start with the setting that makes the biggest difference. Picture mode. The C6 includes several presets, but if you're watching movies or TV shows, Filmmaker mode is easily my top recommendation. It disables unnecessary image processing and displays content much closer to how filmmakers intended. To change your picture mode, press the settings button, which looks like a cogwheel on your remote, and you'll see the quick menu appear in the top left corner. From here, use either the pointer or the directional pad to navigate to picture mode. Select it using the center button or scroll wheel on the remote, then scroll until you see Filmmaker mode. Select it, then press the back button a few times to close the menu. Now, if you watch during the day or simply find Filmmaker mode a little too dim, my next recommendation would be Cinema or Cinema Home. Both still deliver excellent color accuracy and contrast while giving you that extra boost in brightness that's especially helpful in brighter rooms. For sports, I usually switch over to standard mode. Its slightly cooler color temperature tends to suit live sports really well and also adds a little more perceived brightness where it really matters. The same goes for when I'm streaming movies and TV shows, especially during the day. While we're talking about Filmmaker mode, there's another setting that's definitely worth knowing about. It's called Filmmaker mode Ambient Light, and it automatically adjusts your TV's brightness depending on how bright or dark your room is. So if you're watching during the day, it'll brighten the image, and in a darker room, it'll dim things down for a more comfortable viewing experience. To find it, go to All Settings, select Picture, then Brightness. Scroll down until you see Filmmaker mode Ambient Light, and then you'll notice a toggle beside it. Now, one thing that you do have to keep in mind is that this feature only works when you're using Filmmaker mode, and only with HDR and Dolby Vision content. Just wanted to point that out. Alright, now here's one tweak that made one of the biggest improvements during my testing. In certain darker scenes, I noticed black areas occasionally looking a little lifted, making them appear slightly gray instead of deep black. Now, I will say that I didn't notice this in every single movie or TV show that I watched, but when it did happen, these three small adjustments made a noticeable difference. So first things first, press the settings button, open the quick menu, then navigate to the all settings gear icon. Next, select picture, scroll down to advanced settings, then choose brightness. And this is where we're going to make a few changes now. First, select Adjust Contrast, which is the second option in the list. I personally reduced it from the default value down to 95, and this helped reduce some of the overly bright highlights without sacrificing overall punch. Then, go back one menu, select Black Level. By default, it's set to 50. Simply lowering it by just 1 point to 49 noticeably reduces the raised black effect. Then from there, go back once more and scroll down to Near Black Detail. This starts at 0, but I changed mine to -1. That small adjustment helped dark scenes look richer and more natural by prioritizing deeper black tones. But of course, picture settings always come down to personal preference, so don't be afraid to experiment a little. And what I suggest is don't make a drastic difference, like don't go from like 0 to like -20, right? Go to -1, go to -2, go to +1, +2, play around with it a little bit because even just a minor difference can make a huge impact. So these were my favorite settings after testing the TV. But now I want to talk about improving motion because one area where I've consistently found LG OLED TVs can benefit from a little is a little bit of motion handling. Thankfully, this only takes a minute. Open Settings, navigate to All Settings, then select Picture. Scroll down to Advanced Settings, then select Clarity. At the bottom of this menu, you'll find TruMotion. I recommend changing this to cinematic movement. During my testing, this delivered much smoother motion while avoiding that artificial soap opera effect that nobody wants. Now, if you're mainly watching sports, cinematic movement still works well, but I usually preferred switching to natural instead. It kept fast-moving action looking smooth without introducing distracting motion artifacts like ghost trails following a basketball or a hockey puck. All right, so we talked about picture, we talked about motion. Now let's improve the sound. This year, LG simplified some of its sound presets in WebOS, and unfortunately, one of my favorites, the Cinema Sound Mode, it's no longer available. Thankfully though, there is a really solid replacement and it's called AI Sound Pro. In my experience, this delivers the best combination of dialogue clarity, fuller sound, and much wider soundstage than any of the other presets. To enable it, press the settings button on your remote to open the quick menu. Navigate down to Sound Mode, select it, then scroll until you find AI Sound Pro. Select it and then just close the menu. But I also want to say that if your iPad is your only computer and you rely on it every single day, then I still recommend waiting for the official release later this fall. Now, is this the biggest software update that Apple has released for the iPad? No. That, in my opinion, was iPadOS 26. But I actually don't think that was Apple's goal this year. And that's it. Those are the settings that I've personally been using to get the absolute best picture and sound from the LG C6 OLED after spending time testing it. The great thing is that none of these changes are complicated, but together they noticeably improve the overall viewing experience. And like I said earlier, a lot of these settings are not just for the C6, they can technically work with the other C series TVs as well. So if you have any questions about any of these settings or about the LG C6 or C series in general, drop them down in the comment section below and I'll be happy to help. And if this video helped you out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.